Yeah, man.
Good, mate. Thank you
Are you
very
good?
much for having us.
Nah, no
I
problem,
appreciate
mate.
it, mate. Do you know what I mean?
No problem. Aye, so obviously you're quite active on social media and
Yes.
stuff like that. You've got a big year ahead of you. You've got running the length of Scotland in 10 days, man.
Yeah.
So
Aye. Every time somebody mentions that, my wee arse makes a wee button, but I'm like, we'll see how it goes,
I'm
innit?
doing that. I'm doing that. So obviously with that being 10 days, like what's your distance per day?
It's
Like,
roughly, unless we can get the route down, it's looking at about 62 a day.
62.
Basically same as
Yeah.
that now, obviously Russ Cook that's doing the length of Africa. Have you seen that?
I heard about it,
The
but
boy
I
running the
didn't.
length of Africa, he's basically doing 60k a day. And that's what kind of inspired us, and I was like, alright, so we can break that up. And I found our route
Absolutely.
that is going to bring it down to 60k a day.
Right.
But the way you're doing it, it's like sometimes you're on the road, sometimes you're in the house, sometimes
Yeah.
you're just
Aye.
you're in bandit country basically. So
Yeah.
it's different terrain. So it will be tough, man. Although it's like 60k, like 60k for maybe I don't know, just talking say Glasgow going down to the borders, right?
Yeah.
That'll
Yeah.
be a bit better than coming from fucking John O'Groats.
Aye,
Like,
aye,
Avon
aye,
and that kind of
yeah,
stuff, because it'll
aye.
just be different. Like some will be Monroe's, some will be flat and that kind of stuff.
I
So
know.
could be a
Yeah.
60k day, but you're scaling 2 Monroe's at that point.
Aye, I know.
Do you know what I mean?
Aye,
So it'll be
tough.
mental,
Yeah,
but-
yeah. Have you seen the one I always go? There was a podcast I watched. I listened to it. It was a James English one, and it was a Scouse guy that ran the Forest Gump run. Have you heard about that?
No, mate.
He done it. I think it was the 53 states or something. The
for
Forest
fuck's
Gump
sake.
run.
Yes,
And
yeah,
then,
yeah.
but he was sort of similar boat, but he was like just for calories and stuff. Like his diet apparently was shocking. It was like a hot dog before it, and then just like
your mystery meat,
yeah,
innit?
that's it, man. I know.
Therefore,
Absolutely.
I think that'll play a massive factor in it because there'll become a point like where it is just a case of calories in, calories out.
Aye,
Do you know what I mean? Like
aye,
obviously
aye.
you need to have a level of like a nutritional value to it, but it's like you could be finishing at 9 o'clock at night, and the last thing you want to do is sit down with a dinner in front of you.
Aye,
Do you know what I mean? Like
aye, you just wanna
you're
go to your
scunnered.
bed.
You
Aye,
probably
you
just want to go to your bed and just get anything in, man. But I suppose that's like part of the adventure, if you will.
Aye,
Do you know what I mean?
absolutely.
Like if you're doing a marathon or whatever, like you know your nutrition, you've been there, you've done it, you know what you need to do.
Yeah.
But doing like an ultra a day for 10 days, like, it's the unknown.
Solid,
It's the
aye,
unknown. So
aye.
it's like that's what really kind of excites me about it because like it's quite sadistic, right? But I quite like it when you go to a point where I don't know, a new you comes out. Like you need to challenge your own beliefs here,
yeah.
and like even though when that voice comes out and you're like, I don't know if I can fucking do this.
Yeah, aye.
There's something quite, I don't know, interesting about beating it that
Aye,
I quite find.
aye,
So when you do
aye.
push past that, so that's kind of where this came about.
Yeah, it's like trying to almost put in the what, even though you're tired, you're
Yeah.
absolutely fucked, and you're like just there's something that's in you that just goes through it.
100%, man. I think like you obviously learn a lot from that, but obviously from my kind of business, like full reset and that kind of stuff, it can really show that anything can be possible.
Aye,
with it.
absolutely.
And I always believe, like, obviously our mantra and our culture inside a full reset is going the extra mile. So I always feel as if, right, that's what I need to do.
Yep,
And
yep,
that's why I
yep.
was like, going to run the length of Scotland. I know it's fucking a bit more than an extra mile, right?
It's mental.
But it shows you what actually can be done, even though you're at breaking point.
Aye,
Because like there's a 50-50. Me and my coach were talking about this. It's a 50-50 chance for it. Like that's the
Aye,
reality
aye,
of it. It's
aye,
it's no as if like again like I'm not saying obviously I'm not belittling a marathon. A marathon's hard, but you will do it.
But aye,
Even if you need to walk it, but I might physically not be able to even walk this. At one point, I could get to day 5 and just break.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like, it could
or
happen.
you could be coming up or down the Monroe and you could go for your ankle or something like that.
And there's so many factors that
and variables
are
that,
uncontrollable. Yeah,
aye,
100%. So
you can't even account for, like, because you don't know what will happen until.
Christ, it could even be something as stupid as like the car we're taking breaks down.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it could be something like that, and like if I'm getting
That's
60
it.
kilometre a day further away from that,
Aye.
like I'll need obviously because it's going to be my missus Georgia, my mate Connor,
Aye.
and
Aye, so
anyone
you
else
need
that
a
fucking
teammate.
wants to
Aye,
tag
you need a
along. To be
teammate,
honest,
aye. I'll do a 10k when you get
definitely,
back by Glasgow,
mate, the amount of people that have said to us, that's what I loved about it, because I don't know
Aye.
if you've seen, obviously we done that 10k a day for 35 days
Right, okay.
for charity at Christmas. That was actually quite, in a weird way, that was quite enjoyable, right? But the amount of people that just got involved in that, and
Aye.
off the back of that, with me saying obviously we're going to run the length of Scotland, the amount of people that are like going, right, when you get to the Central Belt,
Aye,
we'll join you and that kind of stuff, so I can
aye.
just picture like me running through fucking Glasgow.
Aye,
There are about 100 people
fucking
just
yes.
bombing it, do you know what I mean? But
you'll
it's
be
like,
like, I'll still need to get like Gretna.
I know, that's it, like everyone will be pure cheering, I'm like, it was a pure anticlimactic, because then you're yourself again, man. But
Aye.
it'll be good, mate, like,
Aye.
the hardest part, like not the hardest part, right, but me and Georgia, we are going away to Southeast Asia for a few
Right,
months.
okay.
So like we fly out in May,
Mhm.
and then we come back in August, like the
Right.
10th, and then I start on August 18th. So all my training is going to be done in Asia,
Mate,
which
aye.
is like another
Quite heavy.
boy
That's
to
heavy.
deal with, do you know what I mean?
Because I suppose when you're away and you're on holiday, like yeah, it's trying to be disciplined enough.
Yeah. Well,
And-
that is the factor of it, because obviously like with our business being online, like we are going to be like digital nomads, like we'll just be there working and all that kind of stuff, man. So it's not so much of getting into the routine of it. Like, I'm a creature of habit. My OCD doesn't let me not be a creature of habit. So like that way, that'll be fine. But it's just running that length of volume and like Bali. The infrastructure's not there to run around. Like, you need to be on treadmills and that stuff.
Exactly.
And like we were looking at some of the training blocks for it. And there's going to be times where I'll be doing 3 to 4 days back to back running 20 miles. Like, just to obviously get a feel for it.
Yeah.
And that'll be done on treadmills.
That's mad.
It's lonely, like, do you know what I mean? Like, that is a very lonely place, man. It's like even now for this high rocks training that we're doing, like, cause it's like an easy day, a hard day, easy day, a hard day. Some of the hard days are like back-to-back sessions and that kind of stuff. So like when you're doing your easy day, it'll be like a brick session, or you'll be on the treadmill just nice and light, like light running. That's an hour on that, just to get like blood into the legs and that. And it's boring as fuck. So 20 miles of fucking
mate,
2.5, 3
I
hours.
run a mile on the treadmill, I'm like, get in the office.
I'm like, do you know what I mean? You're pure just staring at a wall. It's horrible, mate, it's horrible. But again, it's one of the ones, mate. I asked for this.
Definitely,
like that's it. You've got
you just kind of need to
you've got to accept it, mate. And that's it.
So you've been to Southeast Asia before?
We done Thailand. We done Thailand for 3 weeks. Literally just in November there, mate. It was brilliant, mate.
What do you think?
It was brilliant. It's just a mad place.
It's mental, isn't it, man? It's total different. Like, you can. That's what I made a video when I was there, and I put it on TikTok because I was just like, it'll be funny, right? So me and my mate were there, so I was over in Korea and that, like, for 6 months. So I took a 2-week holiday to Thailand, and I remember one night I was like, do you know what? Like, I've not got a pair of shorts. Like, I think I had one like pair of shorts, but wearing them twice. I was like, fuck it, what I'm gonna do is I'll put my shoes on, I'll put my top on for going out. I'll just walk down the street with my boxers on, go into a shop and then just go at right, those pair of shorts for trying on. They'll do, mate. There's the money and walk out. But like, nobody batted an eye. I walked for a kilometre down the street and everyone was just like,
that's normal. That's
normal.
But that's what I actually quite liked about the place. Nobody gave a fuck what you were up to. That everyone was just in their own wee bubble, and I think that's one of the worst things about like Scotland and Britain as a whole, is everyone's purely, oh look what they're doing. Who gives a fuck?
Oh mate,
I know. Then you go to these places and it genuinely is just do what you want.
I know. And it's almost like that way in Glasgow. I think it's such a mentality of people going like, people always bring, oh, why are you doing that? Or like, oh no, like, no, you can't do that. Or like, oh, why is he doing that? Do you know what I mean? That's total. It's because they're insecure because they can't do it themselves.
Well, exactly.
And that's what annoys me, because like there's probably so much talent with people in Glasgow that can actually go out and do their own thing, but they don't because they listen to what other people are saying, and then that brings them down, and they're like, you know what, I won't do that. Do you know?
It's like, I was delivering a training to my guys, like, just think beyond the surface, because everyone always just pure surface level thinking, you're like, it's annoying, right?
Yeah.
But basically one of the things I was kind of saying to them was like, be wary of like who you share your big targets with. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, because see, if people can't see themselves doing that thing, that goal, then they're not going to believe anyone else can do it. Do you know what I mean? It's I love my daddy bits, right? But fuck me, right? See, whenever I said to him, and I was like, I'm running the line for Scotland, and he was like, aye. And he was like, what? He's like, do you actually think you can do that? And I'm like, aye, it'll be fine. He's like, I don't think you'll be able to do it. And I'm like, fucking hell, I just kind of wanted a good luck. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, no other opinion. But because like he doesn't see it being possible, for him to do it, he doesn't believe anyone else can do it, and that's nothing against like my dad. Like, that's just how a lot of people think.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? Like, people don't go, that's fucking cool. They just go, nah, I don't think you can do it. And that's because they physically can't do it. And I think that's where a lot of people, like, if they share things with, like, it's like your nearest and dearest that will do it to you sometimes as well. You share your big goals to like your mum, your dad, whatever it is, right? And it comes from no point of badness, right? But they just go, are you sure about that? And you're like, God, that's just because you can't do it doesn't mean I can't do it. And a lot of people, when they hear the opinion of other people, they go, oh fuck, maybe I can't do it. And they start doubting it. And I'm like, why not? Like, why can you not do it? Do you know what I mean? It's like every millionaire was once fucking sitting with no money going, I want to be a millionaire. And he just put the work in to become a millionaire.
And how can I make money? And then it's just the discipline, the hard work, and everything like that kind of goes on top.
And it still comes from like a quick fix mentality as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people want it now, and I'm like, no.
You can't, mate.
You can't, man. It takes years, man.
I know. Everyone's because like the amount of people like I mean, I'm probably quite guilty for it as well. You like watch the self-help videos and like YouTube and that, and it's like, well, like, mate, like this isn't going to be like, and the good ones are the ones that's like, mate, this isn't going to happen like overnight. Like, it's like small incremental changes.
100%. It's like, even to touch on that, it's like journaling. See, like, as I say to a lot of my guys, right, so we have a lot of people that come on board, right, that can struggle with like their mental health, their anxiety and that kind of stuff. A lot of people that work with coaches tend to struggle with that, but one of our main niches is helping people with mental health. Do you know what I mean? Because it's obviously my background. And one of the things I'll say, a lot of people is going like, don't get me wrong, I won't say it to everyone, because some people will work, some people won't. You get to know the person. Obviously you coach the person, not the process. But it's like journaling, right? You can say to somebody to start journaling, and I guarantee you for the first 3 months they're like, why the fuck am I doing this? But then see when they start to like get to a good spot, and then they have all this stuff back. So like maybe at one point it was like I feel shit, I feel tired, I feel low, whatever, right? 3 months later, the lag going, right, I feel class. And I'm like, it's not so much like just getting that on paper, yeah, that'll help, but see if you can reflect and go, right, in 3 months I've went from that to that, and you've got it written on paper. It's not as if you've went, oh, I remember feeling that, like you felt that, it's there. Do you know what I mean? And you can always reflect on it, that kind of stuff, and that's why I'm like, just stick with it and constantly go for it. And it's like over time, like the domino effect will accumulate, and you'll have that sitting there going, fuck, I can see from page to page I was improving. And then when you do take a dip back into it, like, let's be honest, everyone takes peaks and troughs.
Exactly.
It happens, mate.
But I'll probably go out next weekend after my swimming races that I've swum, do you know, but that's because I've sacrificed a month, so, you know,
exactly.
I'll be my first drink or two.
Exactly, man, pure smash, half box, not that fucking definitely. But it's one of the ones, like, you can always look back on it and go, right, so this is what I done then to get back into a better spot, right, so if I dip again, right, that's probably what's lacking, right, let's implement that again.
Absolutely.
And it's just constantly having it, and as you say, like, obviously the self-development videos and seminars and that kind of stuff, there's wee bits in it that are there for, like, the longevity of time, if that kind of makes sense. But not like going, right, do this tomorrow morning, you'll feel class. It's like going for a cold shower, you're not going to feel class the first time. Don't get me wrong, you'll wake up, right, but over time you'll just start to build it up.
I know,
do you know what I mean?
Exactly, absolutely. So but that's that, as you sort of mentioned, I always think as well, see the folk that go to the gym, and you see the folk that go to the gym and they're probably like, obviously not typical gym goers, maybe a wee bit overweight, and they're just sitting in the treadmill, do you know what I mean? And like, I think for me personally, so when I see those type of people at the gym, they are the people that I'm like that. They didn't need to come to the gym today. Like they could have just sat on the couch and done fuck all. They could have just sat and ordered their pizza. But I think that.
But they're still there.
They're still there. They're still there. They're trying to do something at least, do you know? And they're trying to get. They could have just said, oh, do you know what? Like it's not for me. Like, do you know? Like I would get judged, and all the social anxieties that from a person like that they could actually think in their head. But when they're actually there and they're actually doing it, like, do you know, like, fair play to them. I've got to credit them, but like, because you see like the massive guys that come to the gym, it's like, mate, like, fair enough, that takes a lot of dedication, but like they kind of build it into their routine. But the people that probably have to overcome so much mentally to actually get to the gym, I think is
because obviously like if you've got yourself into like a very bad state, like physically, right, like if you're obese, that comes with a lot of other insecurities, and it's not so much like the insecurities don't start from when you're obese, the insecurities start from before you were obese, because that's what leads you to obesity, because like becoming obese is technically is a form of like self-harm, if you will, and it does it comes from like stuff like trauma, like just bad habits, bad boundaries, all that kind of stuff, man. And it generally always comes down to a level of insecurities, man. So you've already got that insecurity. So for someone to be in that condition and then go, right, now I need to make the change, and then actually get myself into a gym, start training, all that kind of stuff, the insecurities they've battled to get to that standpoint is mega. So it is something to be proud of. But then again, what you kind of look at with that is what a lot of people can tend to do, and it's like I believe in praise culture, like you're doing good and that kind of stuff, but then sometimes what that comes to is like a success ceiling gets built for that, and that's why you like, we all know to say like someone who goes to the gym, they train, right, but they've looked the same for the past 3 to 5 years. They've not changed, which is obviously, and there becomes a point where you go, right, what's the next progression? Do you know what I mean? And then that's how you actually change your life and how you actually get better, and you deal with more insecurities, because like what I tend to, I'm going to a pure tangent with this kind of thing, man, right, but what I tend to find is with a lot of people, right, they'll get into a gym and they'll start training, and then like they'll get praised for it, which is great, like 100%, they deserve it, and then that's it. It's success ceiling gets hit, and I'm like, break beyond it. What's next?
Similar to that, the sort of obviously story I mentioned, like, so someone could praise that guy for coming to the gym and running the treadmill, and he goes, oh, that's good, I'll just keep it at that.
Tick box.
That's fine. That's all I need to do. And but the same as when you go out, like if you go to the pub, like, oh, you're looking well today, Blair. Like, you've been hitting the gym and stuff like that. Yeah, I have been. And then you're like, oh, I'll take the foot off gas. But you know, like, it's that whole. But actually, to maintain it and keep it going, you need kind of.
It's funny you said that, because literally one of the boys that literally just signed up with me, that was his exact words. He's like, I'll go to the gym, I'll go training, and somebody will say you're looking good, and then he's like, I've done it. Right, and that's what he said. So it's mad that he said that. But like, honestly, like, it is like for like how many people have that kind of mentality, which is like, it's because like we all love getting smoke blown up our arse. We do. Everyone loves it. You're like, dynamite, mate. But there becomes a point where you need to go, right, what's next? And that's that kind of forward thinking, and that's what I always think. Like some people do not necessarily need like a shake with it, but just going to right, good, you've done this. Like, what are we doing next?
Absolutely.
And then that's where you start just that constant evolving, and it's like a lot of people. What used to be the thing, right, was going, right, see how you perform when you've not got any big goal, and I'm like, right, that's sound, but see if you operate better when you've got big goals. Always have big goals. Always, man.
Absolutely.
And I used to kind of be in that.
You get in the comfort zone. You get in the comfort zone if you've not got aims.
Exactly. And there is an element, right, where you do need to, like, see if you do still show up, right? If you still fucking get up at like 5:30, 6 in the morning, whatever it is, still have your phone bound, you still get good sleep, still watch your nutrition, still train if you don't have any big goals. Right? I still believe in that, right? But see if you're a person, which fucking 90% of the population like this, operate better when they've got a big goal. You should always have that big goal. What's the problem? You know what I mean? Like, what is the problem? I get, like, you might burn out and all that kind of stuff, right? But that's on you, mate, if you do.
Exactly.
It's as I was saying just before we started the podcast, that I was I'm pretty close to burning out. But it becomes a level of self-awareness with that. And that's just from constantly having these goals, going through the ringer with that kind of stuff, man. And I think that's where, a lot of people kind of fall short and they stop their progress overall because they go, I've done it. It's no, you've not done it. You're doing it.
I know.
Keep doing it. Do you know what I mean? That's
but
it.
Like in saying that, it's funny because like you do almost kind of need that. Like maybe after a big event, you say like, right, I'll take a month off and then I'll plan something in, and it'll be the next thing. But also, in when you were saying burning out there, especially like, so we do sets. So we were doing sessions like I think it was Monday night, and I was like, all right, I'll do this. Like they were like, Blair, what are you gonna do? It's like 75s. So I was like 75 meters. I was like, oh, I'll do it like I am order because one of the other guys in my lane was doing it. I was like throwing a few fly in that, but it was the first half hour of the set, and then I just felt myself. I was like, right, no, like just do a few front crawl and just kind of ease off the gas a bit because you've still got everything, you've still got it to go. Because like for me as well, sometimes like one of my pals, Calmac, if he's listening, mate, he's a brilliant coach in that, and he was obviously with us all this month. He's like going to the training sessions and that. He's like you don't need to go gung ho and like the first. Like just take it easy and then build yourself into it, 100%. and then get faster and faster. And if he's like, if you're going too fast or you're doing something that you're exerting too much energy, just do something different. Take the foot off the gas a wee bit.
I guess that's where self-awareness comes into it. But
I know. Because we were in actually. Sorry, I'm gonna go down the swimming tangent.
Sorry, don't be daft, man.
So but we were doing a set in. Thursday, and one of the guys hadn't trained for 2 weeks. He hadn't been at a swim session for 2 weeks. It was his boiler was gubbed or whatever, and he came in the lane, and it was a guy called Mo up front, and it was me behind Mo at second. But like Mo just swims at a fixed pace. He doesn't know anything. That's him. That's him for an hour. And there's a guy hadn't turned up for 2 weeks. So we're doing 15 100s in the first 5, like. I'm like, mate, like I'm making the time, so you might be on 140. I'm coming in at like 130, 125. I'm like, mate, I've got hundreds of time here. But the guy behind us was like busting his arse, right? And like I'm like that. Like I should be coming in like 135 just to get myself a wee bit more rest. And you seen it the 6th or the 7th 100, he's just like dropping back, like
I get further and further.
But as I say, it just kind of comes with like obviously like the volume of training, how much you're training, and obviously like that sort of self-awareness that you mentioned. Obviously, like to try and like we'll build up to doing it faster, we'll build up to doing it hard paced and stuff like that.
Always looking to peak. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I'm kind of looking to do. Is a lot of people just peak. You're like, God, mate, you fucked it at that point. Like you have. Do you know what I mean?
I know.
But it's one of the ones, the whole point, like kind of getting to your peak stage, it's not meant to be fucking like sustainable. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're meant to get there and then come back down again and then go for your event. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of people just they peak the whole way through their training, and then it comes to like the taper week, you don't even know how to taper. They're just like, I'm fucked, and you're like, well, what did you expect? Do you know what I mean? It's mental, man. It's mental.
Absolutely. So obviously, you've got Full Reset as your kind of like sort of PT program and stuff like that just now. So how did that all sort of come about, and how did you get into sort of personal training?
It's gonna not even cliche, right? But a lot like Full Reset literally did come about because that's like ultimately what I had to do. Do you know what I mean? And it does kind of sound like a bit like, "Aye, alright, mate," but like I wasn't like until about I'm 26 now, so probably
same actually.
Oh, there you go, happy days. Nice, do you know what I mean? But as I say, like up until from about the ages of like probably about 14 all the way through to like 21 or something, right? I was just a wee bam. Team that was me. That was it. And then from 16 on to 21, it got a bit worse.
Right.
I started getting mad all the time, started taking drugs and all that kind of stuff, man. And I ended up just addicted to gear. Like that was my thing. I ended up in a bad spot. I ended up in the Priory.
Really?
I ended up in the Priory for about, like I wasn't in house, man, but I was in every week, man, like 3 or 4 times, man.
Is that like sort of like recovery and stuff like that?
To a degree, yeah. It was all therapy and all that kind of stuff, man.
Right, okay.
Which fundamentally did save my life, man. Do you know what I mean? But like the reason Full Reset, I called it Full Reset, is like literally that is what I done. I just done a full 180. So we had a couple of scary moments, man. We're sad. I tried to take my life and all that kind of stuff, mate. And
it was
hardcore, mate. It was hardcore, but like the way I look at it is going like, if that shit never happened, mate, I wouldn't be who I am. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't have that kind of unapologetic self about me.
Yeah.
Where I was just bad sound. Do you know what I mean? That's what it is.
Aye.
But it was one of the ones, man, where like Full Reset was one of the ones where I just kind of like, I was sitting there and I became a coach, done my studies and that kind of stuff, man. Left the job that I was in, I fucking hated. That was in the printers before. It was a shithole, man.
Right,
absolute shithole. I'm dyslexic as well, mate. I can even read a book, mate.
Same, mate.
I was still looking at it going like, what do these even say, mate? Do you know what I mean? So I left that and just became a coach and that kind of stuff, man. But like, I wanted something to be different. Like I didn't want to be like Kieran Ingram fitness.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I didn't want that. I was like, there's too many. Like, it's a very saturated market. You need to stand out. You need to be yourself. And I was like, what could we tie into this? And I really wanted to kind of make an impact in the mental health scene, which we're starting to do, man. I've got an announcement at the end of this month, which I can't share too soon, because it'll be good. It'll be fucking good. But I was just lying to myself.
I'll be keeping up to date with your post, mate.
Definitely. But I was like, going, what can we do? What can we call this? And what can we go about? And I was actually just out on a walk, mate. Not even lying, right? I was out on a walk and I just seen like on a race plate it was like FTR. I was like, fuck's that, right? And that way you're in your thought process. And I was like, right, what could we do with that abbreviation of FTR? And I was like, right, TFR, Team Full Reset. And I was like, right, it can tie in with what you had to do from where you came from and all that kind of stuff. To obviously going from a very low point in your life to running a very successful coaching business. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I was like, right, so we'll call it that and that kind of stuff. And then obviously it was Team Full Reset. And then we brought it into just Full Reset.
Fantastic.
We relaunched it because that was when it was TFR. At the start of so it's 2024 now, so it was the start of 2022. We'd done that for about a year, and that's when I was still working in the gym that your mum goes to. Still working in there and that kind of stuff, man. And then it was when I left that EK Performance and went fully online, and I went, right, let's relaunch this. And then it was basically because my dad said to us, when I came in with my logo, TFR, he's like, that looks like a builder's merchant. And it just stuck with me. I was like, it does, doesn't it? I was like, right, so.
You can agree with me.
I just looked after it, I went, actually, that's all that I changed it, and then we just went with Full Reset, man, and that's when like the mantra extra mile came about, and we just put that hashtag extra mile underneath it, and then we just started creating a culture around about going the extra mile, because obviously to hit a full reset you need to go the extra mile, and we started creating pillars and all that kind of stuff around it, man, and really getting specific. So like the pillars are obviously like white belt mentality, performance, commitment, courage, energy, and present. So 6 different pillars, man, that really revolve around like getting yourself back into control of your life, man.
That's good, man.
And because like, how do I kind of word this, man? Like, because I've been in a lot of their people, like there's a lot of these guys' shoes, a lot of guys and girls, man. We've got about 30. Good mix between boy and girls, man. But like a lot of them have been in similar positions to me.
You can.
And it's like I like to think that we do things differently than most other coaching services.
That's good.
So I mean, we're very bold in what we do. We're very.
That mental side of it as well that probably not a lot of coaching really touches upon, and obviously for
and it's
yourself
like, they do touch on it, right, but it's like I do apologise, there'll be people that are fucking more educated in the field of mental health, but I'll know more than them. It's just it's as black and white as that,
because they've studied it but you've lived it almost.
Lived and breathed it, man. I've seen like different sides. I've seen like what you call first-hand depression, anxiety, OCD, what you call addiction, all that kind of stuff, man. I've seen like fucking people close to me with like addiction and fucking also depression, dealing with different battles and that kind of stuff, man. Grief, all this kind of stuff, man. Like I've dealt with it. I've lived it. So I'm like going like, you can read a book and that kind of stuff, right? But you've not been there.
So obviously you kind of touch upon the fact that you're working obviously down the wrong path, sort of like addicted to gear eventually. But how what sort of steps did you take to sort of move out of that circle? Like, do you obviously have to cut off like a few connections and stuff like that, and just kind of say like, do you know what, this like enough is enough? Because and it's weird. Like I was listening to, I think it was like a TikTok video. Do you know Arj from Tele?
I probably would if I seen him.
So he was describing.
Is that the one that he went out with the blonde lad, that Gemma Collins?
Gemma Collins, big GC. But he basically turned his life around, because he said it got to the point where he was pretty much borderline insane, because he would sit in a room and like just sit and with the curtain shut and everything, like thinking the walls were going to collapse on him and stuff. And it's proper paranoia and stuff. And it's
constantly
mental.
Looking over your shoulder, man.
Constantly,
yeah. For a bit like for who?
I know.
It's mental, man.
And it's the maddest thing as well. Like it's the and you see like I sometimes make a similar comparison, right? Yeah. So like, say for instance, if you're in the world and like you've got your own business, it's like it's good. Like you've got like something that's solid there, and like you obviously like provide a service which is PT and stuff like that, but like it's more so like, see nowadays when you see like the like drug dealers and that, it's not morally correct. And then obviously like on top of that, and I mean like obviously there's probably more so people that do it now. It's easy money for drug 100%. Dealers, but and as well for like, I always think the girls' side of drug dealers is girls do OnlyFans, because I always think the comparison that you see with the both similarities, they don't actually care about the end users' mental health.
It's both vices that they're creating. Do you know what I mean? Like, because like porn's a vice. Yeah, people are addicted to that just as much as they're addicted to fucking gear.
Cocaine.
Exactly. It's the same as a ruining of a life, fucking relationships and that kind of stuff.
But I think with that, it's more mental. I think with that, and if you can break it, it's brilliant. Because I mean, like I see people that are like I mean, like at the end of the day, who would pay to see like pictures of someone? Do you know what I mean? Like,
I just talk to them, mate, to see what happens.
I know.
It's like me and my pals have spoken about this in the past. And like going like, because I'm like lasses, like even guys, why take you like fucking shoot in, man, go make your money, man, do what you're doing, mate.
Aye.
But it's like, see someone who's paying to see like a picture of a lassie, man, you're like going, mate. It's not even like a celebrity, mate. Just message them.
I know.
Just message them and see what they're up to.
But like,
I'm not saying just message them for a picture, right? But just message them, you might end up fucking connecting with them.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? Instead of paying
a
tenner to see their tits.
I know.
It's mental, mate. It's mental.
But I think it's almost that way that I think the dating mentality's gone down. Like, it's sort of probably boosted that economy much more, because I mean, everyone's too scared to talk to the opposite.
Well, that's social anxiety.
I know.
It's one of the downsides. Like, don't get me wrong, social media has helped with my business massively, man. Like, I think it's mental that I can just advertise my business for free.
Absolutely.
Like, honest, don't get me wrong, like Instagram and Facebook is very much pay to play, right?
Yep.
Unless you know the game. Like, that's fundamental. It's constantly evolving, right? But it's like, I just find that it's like absolutely, what do you call it? Like mental, that the amount of, I can word it, man. The amount of people that are that focused on like the online world, that they couldn't even fathom like having a conversation with someone who they know through socials. Do you know what I mean? Like, it terrifies them, the thought of that. It's like, there's been times where like say I'm very active on socials and that kind of stuff. I'm just talking to a lot of people and that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
And I'll just see them in the street. And I'm like, what's happening, mate? And you can just tell they're awkward. They're like, fucking hell, man. I'm like, mate, I've been talking to you for about 2-3 months, mate. I know who you are, mate. It's cool, man. But they just, it's that pure social anxiety. And I think fucking COVID's got a lot to play with that as well, man.
I know. And I almost kind of see it as well, like, so say for instance you're on like public transport and that, everyone's sitting with their heads down with their headphones on. And it's like, see if you're speaking to someone in the bus, people probably look at that like, they must, weirdo, or are they pals? Like, do you know, do they know each other?
Goes back again to that Riddick culture, doesn't it?
I know. It's back to that Scottish culture of, if you can't do it, like, do you know, if I can't do it, you can't do it. So obviously, I take it EK boy yourself, yeah?
EK, born and bred, mate.
Born and bred, aye.
Yeah, always been, mate. That's why we're itching to get to Asia, mate. I'm fucking 26 now, mate. I've been in. I've been in to go bride too long, man. Do you know what I mean?
So, like, do you obviously with yourself going over to Asia and stuff like that, do you think you'll like sort of network a wee bit and try and make sort of almost kind of, if you wanted to go over there full time, you could do it sort of thing, and make sort of connections to almost have the potential to build up infrastructure in there?
I think you could, man. Easily, because obviously the business will still be run as a Britishly found business. Do you know what I mean? So like, it will be fine, man, in that time. You just need to deal with the time difference. But with the ideas we've got for the next 2 to 3 years, man, it should be more than possible, man, to like just genuinely travel the world for the next couple of years, and that is the goal.
Fantastic.
Do you know what I mean? And then by the time I'm like 2026, 2027, just kind of come back here or go wherever. My goal or my idea would be to get a house in Spain. I'm thinking the exact same. Brexit's fucked up. I don't know how to get around that. I know a few people who've got houses and that in Spain, man, but we'll see what kind of happens with it, man. But with the way the world is, I just don't see why, if you had an idea, why one, you wouldn't go for it, and why two, you wouldn't make it fall into travelling the world. But that's like my values. Travelling the world is my values. Somebody else's values like family. One of my values is family, right? But I'm not that eager to have a kid. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, I want to go see the world first. In the position that me and George have got to sell into, with obviously full reset and everything else that's going on, man. We can do it. So why would we not fucking do it?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So it's exciting, man, and the kind of people we are. Within a couple of weeks in Bali, man, I know we all fucking have made pals. We just talk to everyone. Do you know what I mean? That's the kind of way it is, man. So there will be an element of networking and that kind of stuff, man. And obviously with the people that we know, there's people over there at the moment. My mate, he's in New Zealand. He's coming over to see and that kind of stuff. George has got family in Australia. It's mental, 78 quid to get to Perth. for Bali. £78, fucking mental.
Fucking brilliant.
We were looking at it, and I was like, I wonder how much it would be over just to go and see your brother for a couple of weeks. And we just looked at it for like a one-way ticket.
What?
It's £78. I think it returns like 160.
What?
But I think what we're going to do
it's just down, is it not though?
It's 3 hours or something. Still 3 hours, but £78, it's mental,
crazy,
man. But I think like what we're going to do is go Bali for a month, and then down to Perth like a week or two, and go back over to Vietnam or some shit like that, man. I'm very much, George is in charge, I'm like, just tell me what I'm doing. I'm here, so yeah, I think there will be an element of like, we just see what kind of tickles our fancy.
Absolutely.
And go for there, man. And then if we do decide going to, I really like this place, maybe settle there for a couple of years or whatever, man. Because I'll be honest, like when we were in Thailand, Krabi.
I loved Krabi. I never went there. I went Bangkok.
Bangkok's
Bangkok
wild, man. I like
Khao San Road, mate.
I like Khao San Road, man.
You need to walk through people, man, because everyone's like, oh, you want to buy this, and they're like, oh, do one here, do one, and you like need to just like walk through them.
Did you have one of the scorpions? Did you try one?
No, I didn't.
I had one of the scorpions.
Did you?
Aye, it was alright. I was half cut, but because like, we came down, we were there on Halloween.
Aye.
So like, well, I didn't realise like people from Thailand loved Halloween this much.
I never knew.
This was fucking mental, man. It was like how I would picture America in Halloween. That's just what I had in my head. It was like we were just sitting in a bar like above, just looking down the road, and it was just fucking mayhem. Like just honestly, so many people just going about, right? So we were getting half tanned and that kind of stuff. Man, I walked into the street first of all, and I seen them. Like I'd pure like fucking bigged up. I was like, all my pals are like, I'm gonna try a scorpion, and I seen it and I went, fuck that. I'm not doing that. And then I got half pissed and I was like, oh, fuck it, just geese it. It was actually alright, like they put a bit of garlic powder and that kind of stuff on it, and you just scrand it. But it's like that way you're pure chewing it for fucking ages, man. This is fucking horrible, but it's an experience, mate. I've tried worse things here. Honestly, mate, 100%, man. But it was funny, man.
But mate, it's funny, man. I remember like I kind of owned my taste buds a wee bit to stuff when I was away, and I tried octopus for the first time, man. Like
I would love to try octopus.
It's so chewy.
Is
like,
it?
I tried it. Me and my sister went to Japan because my sister came over for a week with a pal, and we met at a sushi restaurant. And she was like, right, we'll get the octopus and like you can try it, but
kind of have to.
Mate, I was chewing it for about 10 minutes. I was like, this is gonna end. Like,
it's horrible. There's not even any taste it.
But the other thing I thought about Thailand and Asia in itself, like I didn't like. The good thing about it is like you can go out and you can get pissed, right? But there's no you probably could, right? But they're very harsh on drugs.
Yeah.
That I thought, and I thought this as well. Like, so obviously, like with like, and I seen it in Korea. Like, I think it was in Korea. It was mental because you went downtown. And they'd be like, this weekend no foreigners allowed, because last weekend there was a foreigner caught taking drugs in the toilet.
And they
just didn't. Just
fucking fair dues, man.
Mate, but my boss came over, and I said to my boss, I was like, but like in Glasgow that probably happens like every night of the week, you know, and it's like, oh, well, slap the wrist, that's just normal.
It's mental, man. It's mental.
But like it's weird because like obviously you've probably seen it in Thailand. You got the go-go bars, and you walk down, and there's all these like obviously
buds.
like
buds in it.
but you've got the 50 plus 60 70 year old guys, and
oh
mate,
it's fucking wild. I remember me and Georgia were just sitting, right, and this was in Phuket, right? We were just sitting on what's it called? Patong Beach,
oh
right?
Mate,
fucking madness, mate. Like I've never experienced it. I was like, what is going on, man? But we were just sitting just in a bar, and it's like one of the ones who just looked down the street, and you were just watching these guys, man, just as you say, like 7-year-olds, man, pure fucking heavy set guys, man. About 5 or 6 Asian lasses just run about them. And you're like, what is going on, man? It's just normalised, and it's like you're just watching it, man, and like you don't know, like you just don't really know how to react to it.
I know.
It's fucking wild, man. It's
mental,
mental, man. Absolutely mental, man.
But when I was there as well, we were in Patong Beach. I was like to my pal,
fucking mad.
Did you go to Illusion, the big club?
No, we've seen it, but we've seen it.
It was meant to be like one of the world's biggest clubs.
Is it actually?
I think it was one of them, right?
Because we went into the one, I don't know if that was it next to it, and it was like Roman built.
And you go through the curtains, and it's the club bit.
We thought it was pretty shit, but man. It was like all that pure. I don't even know what kind of music it was. Everything was like a pure EDM number.
Oh, right,
do you know what I mean? Like it was alright, but like after about 5 minutes, it was like gone.
This is shite.
This is shite, man. Do you know what I mean?
So we went to that Illusion place, right? And me and my pal rock up, and it's like, I think it was £30, right? And it was all you could drink, like cocktails and that, as long as you kept your glass. So I'm like, this is fucking brilliant, man. My pals are like, oh, you just need to keep the glass. 5 drinks in, I put my glass down, mate.
Shit.
Not like that. I was like, can I get that cocktail? I was like, where's your glass? I was like, fucking, I don't know, mate.
Don't know. No, that 30 quid, innit? Mental, man. Mental.
But no, it was good. But like, I thought that there was a lot of sex tourists in Phuket, I think, especially.
It was wild. Like, so we we found like a bar just doing like one of the kind of side streets and that kind of stuff. And like, you know that way when you're on holiday and that kind of stuff, it becomes your like your starter bar. We were always in there, right? And like the guy behind the bar was sound, right? But he ended up like he just let us put our tunes on and that kind of stuff, man. So we had like the techno and that kind of stuff on, just having a good time. But it was always these two same
records and all that.
Basically, mate, it was just good, mate. I'm quite into like my kind of dark techno and that kind of stuff. So you could see all these like Thai women like that. What the fuck is going on, man? You're like, fucking yes. Brilliant, man. But like, so there was this guy, right? I can remember the Swedish guy, right? He's called Hans, and he was like a retired, I think it was for the fire service or some shit like that, right? And he worked for his son's business, right? But he was like a digital nomad, right? But he was just here. He always came to Thailand every couple of months by himself. Just for a couple of weeks. I was like, alright, mate. But he always went to this one bar, and the two lassies were like older lassies, right? And they were always did giggly around them and all that shit. And you're like, right, okay. And then there was this one Scottish dude, right? Can't remember his name, right? But he was just I don't know, he was just a funny guy, right? He was probably the same age as us, right? But like honestly, mate, he was head to toe in Slazenger gear.
Was he?
And I don't know what I found, but it was like I just found this so funny, right? Slazenger shoes on, Slazenger socks, fucking like the kind of 3/4 length Slazenger shorts and like a polo shirt. And we were like, what you doing? He's like, I'm just going to one of the kind of girl bars, mate, after this. And I was like, you with your pals and that shit? He's like, nah, just come here every couple of months, mate. I was like, this is fucking mental, but I can't remember the guy's name. But he was sound, but do you know what I mean? We were just like going, nah, dodgy, cunt, get him away. But just the two of them, I was just watching this and we were like in this bar going, is this like just normal? And that's what George and I was like, I think it is.
It's mental, man.
Fuck this, man.
It's mental, man. I mean, I remember. I mean, it's funny, mate. Like, do you know what? Actually, I was actually pretty shocked. See the amount of like Irish folk that were there, man. But I think no, honestly, I think about maybe for all the foreigners that we met, I think 80-90% of them were Irish, man. Mate, I'm surprised.
I thought Australian was a lot. There were a lot of Aussies, man.
There was a few.
And they always try to fight with people, man. That's what I noticed.
What, were they?
They just die.
Were they?
They were just dead rowdy. Do you know what I mean? I was like, just all like, don't get me wrong, like, see when I'm out on a night out, I can be pure dead loud and that kind of stuff and have a laugh. But even I was like, fucking tell these guys to shut up, man. Honestly, man, they were pure screaming in that.
I remember that, and I remember it was pure mad. But like, mate, it's funny that I mentioned that because like I was walking down the strip with my like Rangers top on and that. And I'm coming in there like, mate, but they see Irish folk, mate, they weren't even giving a fuck. I was like, mate, I'm not even giving a fuck either, man. I'm just cutting a bit. Just
but that's like, I think see if you went to fucking Thailand and you got pulled up for wearing a Rangers hat. Something's went seriously wrong with society.
I know.
I think we're past it.
I know.
That was one thing, but I noticed, man, see like they're fakes, and because obviously I'm a Celtic fan, right, and I was looking at the Celtic tap, and I was like, that is fucking like for like ridiculous, man. Like honestly, I was just like going, and it was like £2. Crazy, man, crazy. Don't get me wrong, I couldn't bring myself to fucking buy one because I'm like, you can't do that to your club.
Yeah, you want
buy it for your own club, do you know what I mean?
But
I was like, that is fucking mental, man. You did get a few basketball tops, I'll be honest with that, man.
I did.
You need to, man.
Me
Boston Celtics, obviously. You know what I mean? That's to be, man.
Me and my pal did that. Well, one night we'll buy a basketball top and we'll just go out wearing it, like just out in the bars and that. And then we were like that, like you never like, mate. It's funny, man. Like we went to the club and we were like doing like basketball moves and stuff like that. And the dance floor, nobody was caring.
No, everyone was just in their own world, man.
But see, you mentioned the fakes and that. Like some of the stuff, man. That like I came away to that night top there. Yeah. That was for Thailand.
See, I got a couple of vests and that shit, night vests and that shit. It's fucking brand new, man. Do you know what I mean?
And then there was like they were doing like TNs, Air Maxes and stuff. Mate,
because like, I'm quite into my trainers and that kind of stuff, right? And they had like the Stussy Air Max, the Air Force Ones and that stuff. And I was just looking at them going, like, that's like for like. Now like Sean Witherspoons and that kind of stuff. And you're like, who would know? Do you know what I mean? But you're coming back with like what are meant to be £3-5 pair of shoes, and you're like, they're real, mate. Like, are they fucked? Do you know what I mean? Like, somebody would catch you and you're just like, where do you stand with that? But just looking at them, I was like, going, there's no difference. There's no difference, man.
I know,
it's mental,
it's mental. But it's funny, the people that actually make the shoes that you're paying £5 for in Thailand are probably making more than the person in the Nike sweatshop making them.
I'm 100%, mate. It's mental, man. It's mental. Just how everything works. It's just a different... It's just a completely different part of the world, mate. Completely different part of the world, man.
So obviously, like, you mentioned, obviously you worked for the printers before you got into your coaching and that. So do you think that change from working from the printers doing your coaching, did you feel a difference doing that?
Oh, massively, man.
Because I think some people, they get comfortable with what they kind of do on a day-to-day and they're like, right, okay, this is me, this is my job.
And
they
become robotic with it.
Yeah. And then if they go change a job, like, it almost that can be a big factor of, no, I'm feeling good about myself, I'm feeling a wee bit better, I'm doing something different.
You spend fucking I don't know the exact figure, but like 70-75% of your life in work.
Aye.
Enjoy it. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, and a lot of people like see what and I still hear it to this day, and I do get it, right? People are like, you're dead lucky, you do what you enjoy. I'm like, mate, you're 26.
Aye.
You can still do what you enjoy, make it happen.
I know,
do you know what I mean? Take 5 years, 10 years.
Aye.
But say it takes 10 years, you're 36.
Aye.
You know, even, like most people live to 80 plus now.
Aye,
you know, not even halfway.
I know.
But it's like a lot of people just get stuck, as you say, like stuck in their ways with it and go, this is it. See, I'm at people in their 20s that have gone, this is just my life. I'm like, what? That's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's why I kind of get a buzz of what I do, because I see people coming in like 20 to 30, you know, because they're maybe a wee bit older, and they're like changing their life, and I'm like, they're taking it by the balls and actually changing it. But I would definitely say, man, like, see me getting out the printers, man, that was a catalyst, man. But it was like, I was one of the people that was just stuck in it. I was like, this is what I'm meant to do. And I obviously came from like insecurities, low self-esteem, and just thinking this is normal. This is normal to like, because it's like, always remember, right? See, like, how many people you walk past in your work and you're like, how's it going, mate? It's like, I can't be fucked today. And you pure laugh about it. As if that's normal. It's not normal to say that every day. That is not normal. It's normal to be tired for every now and then, but it's not normal to go, this is shite in it, and just laugh. Like, like, think about that, like, properly going, that is a very strange, like, behaviour. To just go, fuck it, is what it is, this is passionate. Like, change it.
I know.
It's as simple, like, it's not as simple as that, right? But nobody said it was fucking simple. But put the work in and change it. Do you know what I mean? And that is it. Like, start making the moves for it, and try things. Fucking see what happens, man. Do you know what I mean?
Obviously, us being sort of like same sort of age group and that. So see, when you were at school, like, I found that it was you either went to uni or you didn't do anything. Or it was for me personally. It was like, if you got to uni, brilliant, mate, or you've got something, you're doing something. But like, mate,
security, security.
Yeah.
Fuck off, man.
Mate, so like, mate, like, I'll speak to my pals and that, and they'll be like that, like, well, when you guys were doing your UCAS, we were sitting playing soccer heads, do you know, in the library, like, and then they obviously, they're doing well for themselves now, right? But I mean, they went into jobs that like worked at Sainsbury's full time, or like done like a college course, and then like didn't really stick it, and then like worked in different
just trying to find their feet, basically.
Just trying to do something, because they knew they didn't want to go to uni, which is fair enough. It's not for everyone. But I mean, like, one of my pals, he always mentioned, like, see if someone just sat us down and says, here, look, by the way, guys, like, you didn't need to fucking go to uni, like, you can do a trade, like, you can do something else, do like an apprenticeship or something. But I think more so, like, now it's kind of, like, my wee cousin, I'm like, do you like school? And he's like, nah, the fuck. And I was like, yeah, mate, what do you want to do? And he was like, I want to do a trade. I was like, mate, do like electrician, plumbing and heating engineer, or like a joiner or something like that.
Fucking honestly, man. It's like, I've got a client who's a brickie.
Just
fuck that. Honestly, the boy's fucking solid, right? But somebody, I just think about it. See, when it was that storm the other day, and they're all just like, we just get on with me. I'm like, fuck that.
Mad.
Do you know what I mean? Mental, man. And there's like, but like I very much, like, because obviously I had done trades and that kind of stuff, right? So like it's a hard graft to a degree, right? Obviously there's harder grafts. Like I done painting, off casting. And then into the printers. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, obviously bricky's like hard and oil. Well, rough casting, right? Only done rough casting for a couple of weeks, right enough, man. I wouldn't even class that, right? But
it's throwing stones at a wall.
Basically, mate, right? But fuck me, man. It's hard in your hand, man. It's hard in your hand because you need to get the chips to the ball. Fuck's sake, man. And obviously it's hard, man, right? But it's like as you say, right? People go down two routes, right? And they go like, why do I trade? Because I can't be asked with uni. And I'm like, going, you can like not be asked with uni, but you don't necessarily need to do a trade. There's other ways it's like you can actually do your self development. Do you know what I mean? It's like, which is the boy that owns, I know he did go to uni, didn't he? The boy that owns Gymshark, was it Ben Francis? He did go to uni and that kind of stuff, right? But
I don't
nothing
know,
that he done in uni, I could be wrong here, right? But it really shaped up Gymshark. He just built Gymshark for his fucking dom. Do you know what I mean? So like, kind of proves to you that you don't actually need to go to uni. I did go to uni. Do you know what I mean? Like, I fucking really fucked it for a bit. And still found my feet. Do you know what I mean?
I know.
But I do believe there is this kind of culture of going, right, if you're good at exams in school, they'll like push you towards uni. And I'm like, why? It's like, I've got a couple of my mates that went to uni and they're not even doing anything with that uni course. They've just got it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, there's boys like, one of my good mates, man, he studied history and he works in a bank. Don't get me wrong, he's got a good job, he enjoys it, but like, working in a bank is good, man, right? But I'm like, fucking, like, you're no further ahead than me, and I left school at 16.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? That's it.
And like you mentioned as well, like, see, when we were in Thailand, there was like people that I remember, like, we were sitting in Fifi Island, right? And I remember we were sitting there,
place.
and
mad place.
So it was one night, and my pal was like, guy looks Scottish, but that guy looks as if he's from Glasgow, or like at least Scottish.
Yeah,
definitely.
There's a lot.
He looks as if he's from Glasgow at that point. Aye. And well, walking round, we went to the bar where it's like they do the kickboxing and stuff.
Yes, the corner.
Aye,
the
so
corner.
we were there, right? So we were there, and well, just obviously having a few drinks, and like my pal was looking at it, and I was like, I could do it, and then it was like, well, like, you seen the people that had a few drinks went up and chanced their arm at it, and then they're in the toilet just going like after it. Aye. So I was like, nah, we'll not do it, and then we left there, and we were going to like this sort of beach club bit, and we were walking, and we bumped into this guy again, and I was like, mate, you from Glasgow? And he's like, aye, mate, I'm from the East End. I was like, alright, okay. I was like, well, what are you doing in that? He's like, mate, I'm just staying here for a bit, and then I'm going to just reside in Australia and be like, I'm a joiner, the trade. And he's like, I'll just go for there and just get aft, man. But like, I think sometimes like the potential to earn better money as a tradie elsewhere could probably
it's like if you're smart with it, man. Do you know what I mean? If you're very, very smart with it. It's like my mate that stays in New Zealand now.
Yeah.
He's a joiner by trade. But then now me and him are talking, and we're going to get any property next year.
Aye, absolutely.
Flip season, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And like just do it between me, myself, and hopefully get my dad involved in it. He's a plumber.
Yeah.
So it just shows you like the opportunities you can do with it. You can just stay.
Over here or over there?
Still a lot of logistics to figure out with it, man, but probably over here.
Yeah.
To start with.
Yeah.
And then that's it, and then just grow it. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
And then get a force behind us, man. But it's like you can be a joiner and stay a joiner, or you can use that skill set to actually grow further. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Or you can like, it's like if you've got a trade and you're a joiner and you stay in Scotland and you've got no tie-ins, like what the fuck you doing? So it's like that boy you said was for East End. Obviously he was a joiner, but he's like, I'm going to go do it in Australia, because why fucking not? Do you know what I mean? And it's just having
I'm freezing my balls off over November, December and January.
Exactly, man. And I think a lot of people just like they don't see the opportunities they've created themselves. If that makes sense. It's like they're stuck in that rut. It's like a lot of guys that go into trades are not alright, but they're stereotypical, man. Like they're just like, fuck, I just want to get money for the weekend and that kind of stuff. And I'm like, look at the position you're in. Do you know what I mean? Like you can go wherever you want in the world now, but they don't utilise it. Do you know what I mean?
It's almost that way. Like people always say, like, oh, I'd love to go away, but I don't know if I could actually do it. And it's like
you don't know, man.
I know. And the hardest bit is just getting on the plane.
Yeah.
And then once you're there, you'll be sound.
That's it. Just do it. Do you know what I mean?
I know.
You'll learn a lot about yourself, man. And that's it. It's like, see, when you take yourself away from your usual surroundings, you start to think better. And you also start to like understand what who you actually are.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you become more than just a coach. You become more than somebody who goes to uni. You become more than just fucking. It's like that. It's like the fucking age-old question when you go like, so who actually are you? And it's like not to get pure wishy-washy, man, but a lot of people just go like, I am my job. Who actually are you?
I'm only the football team or sport or that. You know,
who actually are you?
They only just put labels to themselves and then
buzzwords, mate. Buzzwords, man. Do you know what I mean? And I think like. Once, if you do go away for a wee bit, you go travelling or whatever it is, man, you kind of, like, you're forced to find out who you are.
Exactly.
Because you don't just have the usual 10 people going to the pub. You don't just have the usual football game at the weekend. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't have your 95.
You're not surrounding yourself by the same people you always surround yourself with.
You're surrounded by people who are on their own journey trying to figure out who they are. So you kind of have to. Do you know what I mean? So it's an exciting factor in that, man. Which I think a lot of people would really, really benefit from, especially, like, coming from a lot of backgrounds that a lot of people, especially in trades and that, do come from. Do you know what I mean? Like, that, like... Poor self-talk. I'm not good enough to do this. I'm not good enough to do that, man. And I'm like, so it says fucking who. I mean, like, find out who you are, and you'll actually discover you're capable of a lot of fucking more.
I know. Because I was mad that you say that, because I went like, so we were based in Ulsan. It was a big sort of team in Korea, and then we went to Mokpo, which is like, it was like those people that spoke the English was decent in Ulsan. Go to Mokpo, mate. I was there for 2 weeks, mate.
Do you not think that, just touch on that, is a very like, no, the word's no stubborn, man, but it's very bad. It's a pure basic word, right? But it's very bad that I only know fucking English, and I do it. I think it's, but it's a very British thing, that. Like every other country will know like Spanish. Like people from Spain will know Spanish and English. 9 times out of 10.
Exactly.
But like we only know English.
Yeah.
And like. I think it's very out of order, and I remember even like fucking studying Spanish in school.
It's so ignorant.
That's the ignorant, mate. I just couldn't hang around. It's very ignorant, man.
And
like I bet you when you were in Korea, you couldn't speak English. Fuck. What did I do?
That one. That one.
You feel like such an idiot. I know, honestly, man. It's very ignorant of like a British culture to like do that. Do you know what I mean?
So it's even more ignorant, right? So when I was there, and it, like, bear in mind, this is like there was a shipyard I was in, so like there was like the team, so there was maybe about like 5 or 6 of us down there, 2 Korean boys and then 1 Latvian boy, and then two Scottish guys, right? But they were all quite settled. They never really done anything, like they'd all just go up the road after work and just do their own thing, but which is fair enough. Whereas in Ulsan it was a wee bit different. You had like people in their 30s, like just kind of, they'd be like, alright, go down the pub, we'll play football, we'll do fives, we've done fives and that. That was my exercise when I was there, because I couldn't really get to the pools. And when I did get to the pools, the first time I was quite shocked, because I was like, everyone in this changing room was bollock naked. I'm like, is this like a nudist pool or something like that? So,
this is different, man.
So that, but I was on these gondolas at this site, like not many people spoke English, and there was these American boys that were sitting in the queue. So I was sitting there chatting to them in the queue. I was like, here, do you want to jump in this gondola with us and just get a chat and stuff? And they're like, aye, fuck, I'll jump on with you. We're going over this river in the gondola, and he's like, do you think it's really rude that the Koreans aren't speaking English here? And I was like, I'm sorry, what? I was like, what are you on, man? I was like, no. Did they ever come to your country and say, why the fuck are they not speaking Korean?
Exactly, exactly. But that is a very ignorant way of looking at things, man. And I think, I don't really know a lot of Americans, right? But I would imagine Americans and Britons are quite similar, like in that kind of way.
You could see someone from like a town in England, like
going after a nut.
Going like, why the fuck?
How do you not know what I fucking want for my breakfast? What, mate? Do you know what I mean? It's Korea, mate. Do you know what I mean?
I know, but like, mate, their rationale behind it was like, but like English is the number one most business spoken language in the world, and I was like, mate, but you're in their country, so what
so
fucking...
fucking what? Do you know what I mean? Fucking what? That is, it's wild, but man.
It's mental. But obviously, touch upon the fact, obviously, sort of the gear days and stuff like that, but like, obviously, and we mentioned that the Glasgow's like, obviously, rife with it. Just now, mate, like, you seen the Vice doc, I don't know if you've seen that Vice thing, it was like the 20-minute video, and it was like, it basically just shows like Glasgow in a shy light of like, because it basically...
Is that the one where it was an Easter house and stuff?
I think so, and it was like it was quite seedy at points and stuff. But obviously, like if you're out in a social situation and you're having a few pints like yourself and you're enjoying yourself at the pub, how have you sort of ever seen the sort of mood change, or have you ever sort of seen maybe if it was going down that route and you kind of had to remove yourself for that situation?
Hundreds of times, man. Over the past couple of years, hundreds of times, man. And it's like there'll be times that. Don't get me wrong, now, like, fully control, man, because I have been for the past couple of years, but there'll still be times, like, a way back, like, maybe just after COVID and that shit, and I've fallen short. I've been out with my pals and went, fuck it, are you keying up? And you're like, what the fuck you doing? Do you know what I mean? So it takes, like, a lot of time, man, to actually, like, win that battle. And it was something that I heard, like, actually recently, it was the best way to summarise it, but it's like, ultimately what I done, mate, is just surrender to it. But that's what it is, man. It's now, like, I can be, like, sitting next to my pal, and he's just taking a bit of gear, and I'm like, oh, fuck, what are you doing? Do you know what I mean? But it takes a lot of time to like get to that kind of point, do you know what I mean? So I'm not going to say it's been like, oh, sunshine and rainbows, that one day I just went out cinema for. Like, I've fucked it, like, do you know what I mean? That's that. But like, I think when you start to like really manifest and adopt the lifestyle you're creating, which we have done over the past like 3 to 4 years and that kind of stuff, man, like, you don't, it's not a case of, alright, if I'm going to do it, it's like just a case of going, nah, like, I'm in control of this, it's not me anymore, it's not in my, it's not in my eyeshadow, do you know what I mean? It's not like me going, alright, okay, right, and nobody's going to know kind of thing, like, you just don't do it.
But that definitely takes a lot of work to come to that point where someone's doing it right next to you and you can go, nah. Because a lot of people wouldn't even, they couldn't picture themselves in that situation.
100%.
Someone next to them, do you know?
It is tough, mate, and it was tough, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, we kind of spoke about at the start. Like, I had to purely just not ditch people, but cut ties for a while. Do you know what I mean? There was a good chunk of my pals I never seen for about a year, just because I was like, I can't, man.
Aye.
I had to sort myself out, and that's just like the unfortunate side of it. Do you know what I mean? But the thing is, like, with me, like, being addicted to gear, what I've had to kind of understand is like, over the past like 3 years and all that kind of stuff, like back then when I came off it for ages and that stuff, and I was like, a wee line's not going to be anything. Like, no, but that's the addiction kicking back in again. You need to just understand that, no, you're not touching it. You need to be swimming it. And I've been at peace with that for the past like 3-4 years. Do you know what I mean? That's cool. But it takes a lot of like time to get like that. It takes a lot of like trip ups, stumbles and that kind of stuff, man. And it's like, it's always there. It's just being able to constantly be aware of it and know your surroundings and that stuff. And know when it's like, the thought processes are coming back in.
It's trying to manage that sort of ice to say, right, do you know what, I can channel it in a different direction instead 100%. Of going down that route.
And even to like kind of touch on that, to channel it in a different direction, it always comes back to purpose. Always comes back, like my purpose, like I'm just obsessed with full reset right now. I just am. I'm obsessed with it, man. Obsessed with that and obsessed with going travelling. Like that's my life now. So that's my purpose. Do you know what I mean? It's like before when I was trying to come off the gear and that kind of stuff, man. before I was a coach. I didn't have purpose.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I was just working like 12-hour shifts, hating my job, hating life. Like that's hard to chuck a vice like that
absolutely.
when you've got no purpose. So if you find your purpose, everything becomes a bit easier.
Yeah.
Because you're like going like, this is why I'm not doing it. Do you know what I mean? You've got a reason to not do it. Do you know what I mean? So it's like that's where like a lot of people do need to like sit down and just go like, what do I want from life? Find that purpose, find that calling. Once you find that, man, like you'll be in a better position to handle any bad demons you've got, dark thoughts, fucking vices and all that kind of stuff, man. Because if I didn't have my purpose in coaching and helping people, I'd probably I'd be dead. Like, that's it, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that is the brutal reality of it, man.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of people kind of fall short, man. And they just kind of really, really need to fucking, like, knuckle down on it and go, what do I want? What's my calling in life? Like, what am I going to do? And it's not as if, like, one day I'm going to be a coach. And it's a lot of trial and error.
And it's, as I say, it's, like, probably one of the most hardest things to do. Like, is actual, like, and like, you sort of sometimes see it, like, people be in a relationship, come out of it, and then 2 weeks later they'll be in a different relationship. Like me personally, if I'm going out with someone and it breaks up, like I need time just to kind of build on yourself, build on yourself, and I suppose that kind of comes back to almost that way of sort of insecurities a wee bit, because in spending time by yourself and being comfortable with yourself and who you are as a person.
Yeah, it's like a lot of people can't sit in their own thoughts.
I know. They need to do this, or they need to do that, or they need to. Do you know? I would much rather go for a walk and listen to a podcast rather than sitting scrolling through TikTok or that. And that's probably like a lot of people. Like there's a few people in my work that were like, I mean, I had to delete that app because I was spending like 3 hours before I went to my bed just scrolling. But I'll go on it, for like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, that's it.
I'll be like, oh, like my pal sent me a funny video. Like, oh, haha, brilliant. Like, I'll send them a daft one back, and that'll be it. Like, I won't spend.
People are pure addicted to it. And again, it's unfortunate. It just comes back to purpose because I've not got a sense of purpose. So they're just constantly looking for that like quick dopamine release.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? So it's that instant gratification. But like if you've got like a bigger target, something bigger than you. Do you know what I mean? Like full reset's bigger than me. It's more than me. Do you know what I mean? Always will be. So that's like my constant delayed gratification. Constantly pushing for that. Constantly trying to build a bigger man. Do you know what I mean? You try to create this life for me and my partner. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what I'm focusing on. That's my purpose. Do you know what I mean? Is a lot of people just don't have that. They don't have that purpose. And it's like people might be listening to this going like, how do you create your own purpose? I'm like, that's on you.
You need to find out. Yeah, you need to find out. It comes back
to like, what do you want? Who are you? Where are you going? Ask the 3 questions. You'll find it. Do you know what I mean? And I guarantee you, man, see if who you are and where you're going doesn't tie in. Change it, and you'll fucking feel better instantly. You'll find that purpose along the way.
Absolutely.
And that is fundamentally it, man. Do you know what I mean?
Aye, definitely, mate, definitely. George, just end it there, mate. That was a good, mate. That was a good podcast.
Thank you,
superb, mate.
Thank you for having us, mate.